For a lot of years, I called myself an illustrator because I didn't think I could be called an artist. I didn't think that what I was involved in was noble enough to call it an artist. I didn't think the art I was making was worthy of that title. So I kind of stayed and called myself an illustrator. And I was, for the most part, doing illustration, but I was really passionate about it. And I was always making my own kind of work on the side. And I did this for a long time, and I really had this barrier to thinking that I could be an artist. I don't know. It was a long time that I felt this way. I remember the first time somebody asked me, "Oh, who are you?" Or, what do you do? And we had a party or whatever. And I said, "Well, I'm an artist," and it was really hard to say that. And I remember thinking someone's going to run out from behind the water cooler and arrest me or something, but I said it and I waited and nothing happened. And then I just started calling myself an artist. But it was hard to do that. This is Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life. And today I want to talk about titles and how we're perceived and the challenges and how we think around those. Being an artist and titles in general, if you're a fireman who likes to make art, are you an artist? If you're a mom who's got 3 kids and you only can be creative an afternoon a week, do you get to call yourself an artist? Is an artist someone who has their own studio or has done this for a long time? An artist is, so I had to reframe for myself what an artist is. And that was helpful. So I thought I'd share with you some of these ideas because I wish I had gotten through this little mess quicker, because I could have gotten on to the more important things, which was making my art. So what I define an artist as is someone who enjoys not having a title. It's everything. It's all the exceptions. It's all about getting to think big and do things that maybe you haven't done before, or doing something in a different way that nobody has seen. That's what an artist is. It has nothing to do with all that other stuff, all the trappings of whether you have a gallery or not. It's a way of thinking. And that broadening of that title is much more inclusive, and it certainly fit me better. It really only matters what you do, right? The titles, especially in the art world, in my opinion, don't really matter. And if they really matter to you, as they did then for me, it kind of probably is because what you're doing isn't that fulfilling. I was kind of stuck. I was playing smaller. I wasn't doing the work that I felt I could. I was holding back. And I needed that affirmation. I wanted people to like, "Oh, you're an artist." And that was really important to me, that people perceived me a certain way. So that's a clue, right? If you need to have some special title, maybe, what you're doing isn't fulfilling enough, because it's hard to keep the affirmations coming to support your insecurity, right? So that was just something I noticed in myself. Also, the culture and who needs the labels, right? Like, if you don't need the label, who is the label for? I think sometimes the labels are more for them than for us. People like to organize things and categorize people in certain ways. And those kinds of people, give or take, you want to be mindful of, because if you're trying to do things that you haven't done before, that maybe you're not good at, that takes a risk, it's hard if you're surrounded by people that are kind of perceiving you to be in a certain box. And so that's part of this too. The labelers are not helpful. And so paying attention to the culture of artists that you're with and how important that is to see somebody doing something that is new and different and outside their competence, we want to encourage that because that's what artists do. They go out on those skinny branches of, of, and take chances and take risks. That's what art making is. And you want and you need the support of other people, other like-minded people that do that. So that these ideas have really freed me up. And the last idea that helped me a lot came from my father, because when I would be concerned mostly around what other people thought of me and what I was doing or what I wasn't doing and how that was perceived and the labeling and the titling. And I mean, art making is a tricky thing because culturally, it doesn't fit anywhere. It's everything that doesn't fit everywhere is what art making is, which I love now. I totally love that idea. But what my father used to say, is don't worry too much, because in 100 years, there's going to be all new people. and for a lot of us, far less, because we're not going to be here in 100 years or far less than that, right? So don't spend a lot of time on this, 20 minutes worrying about what people call you or what you are, is 20 minutes you could have used doing what's really important, which is your art. So anyway, I hope that this is helpful. This sped me along. Once I released myself from those titles and the perceptions of what I should or shouldn't do, my art took off and opportunities changed and things became more spacious. Anyway, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are regarding the titles and the roles and how you think about this, because it's a psychological it's a challenging little piece of what we do. Go ahead and leave your comments below. I'd love to read them and have a conversation. And for those of you who are new here, we have a link down below to join the free Art to Life artist group. There's amazing work happening, and talk about diversity. I mean, you just look in this group and see how different everyone is. And I just love that celebration of differences. So if you're not already, please join us and click on that link. Thanks for being here. Hope your Sunday's awesome. Okay. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great. Let's do this.